The world population has been growing steadily, with more people now living in urban areas. By 2050, it is said that the world population will grow by a third, leaving farmers with 9 billion mouths to feed. This is Jonathan, and welcome to Young Future.
Pioneering breeding techniques, deep insight into consumer markets and
population increment, there is a need for sustainable means of feeding this population, and at the same time, keeping the carbon footprint low. Technology has evolved at a dazzling pace, and while the economy has been increasingly interconnected and globalized, many countries, however, have not witnessed sustainable growth as part of their new economies. The world economy as a whole is not growing as expected. With high rural to urban migration, our cities are getting crowded at great speeds. Now, with limited space, how can I grow my own organic fresh vegetables? And what if I live on the 10th floor? How on earth will I be able to still have my healthy greens? Well, we've got an answer for you. Hydroponics. Hydroponics is an art of growing plants in growth media other than soil. The word hydroponic comes from the Greek words hydro, which means water, and ponos, which means labor. The keys to plant growth are a variety of minerals including nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. If you can manage to add these necessary mineral nutrients to the plant's water supply, you no longer will need any soil for the plant to grow. Just about any water-loving plant can be grown with hydroponics, and the yield is normally more as compared to the traditional farming on land. Hydroponics is water saving. Plants grown through hydroponics can save as much as 90% of water. The water is recirculated, and the only water that is lost is through evaporation and leaks in the system. It is a sustainable way of keeping crops and reducing the effect of greenhouse gases and reducing land degradation through the use of chemicals and other equipment. Hydroponics makes sure that water is reused and not wasted as the plant continues to use the same water over and over and over again. Just as a coin has two sides, let us look at the advantages and disadvantages of hydroponics. Here are some advantages. Number 1, it is best for growing leafy vegetables. Number 2, vegetables are of high quality and standard, as nutrients are supplied all the time. Number 3, soil preparation and weeding is reduced and eliminated. Number 4, production of high yields on a small area. Number 5, climate control. In a greenhouse, one can control the temperature and provide a conducive growing environment, henceforth increasing plant growth and productivity. And the following are a few disadvantages. Number 1, management, capital, and labor intensive. Starting a hydroponic system may not be that easy to start. One will need to first have enough knowledge, enough capital, and there is a lot of work that is involved, as it may require a lot of one's time. Number 2, pests and diseases may easily spread in the greenhouse. Mother Nature has her own way of dealing with certain diseases. Henceforth, enclosing the plants in the hydroponic system easily allows diseases and pests to brood and spread to other plants, as there will be no wind or other factors that nature uses to protect its plants and act as a shield barrier. Apart from just growing plants indoors, one factor which we must reckon with is the lighting. LED growth lights play a critical role in an indoor growing space. Since there is no direct sunlight, your plants will need a different source of energy light to grow. A plant's life cycle includes a vital process called photosynthesis, which makes it possible to get the required amount of sugars by processing light energy absorbed by the leaf. LED growth lights are monochromatic sources of light, yet they are the only sources of light that are designed to produce and provide the right spectrum for the growth of your plants. However, other bulbs might produce too much heat, which is risky because the heat produced by these bulbs is capable of burning the leaves. Fortunately, LED growth lights do not generate much heat. Some models even come with self-cooling feature. Growth lights versus regular lights. And here are a few disadvantages of using LED growth lights. Number 1, they are more expensive as compared to normal lights. Number 2, they can be damaging to the human eye. And whilst most farmers might opt to use ordinary LED lights, there are some advantages like they are very affordable, hence one is able to purchase a good number of them at a very reasonable price. They are long-lasting. Unlike LED growth lights, one is able to use them for a long period of time without replacing them or actually changing them. And they are energy efficient, however only when used sparingly. But yet again, there are a few disadvantages like they contain a narrow spectral wavelength, hence the plant may grow stunted or may lack certain light characteristics which might result to low fruit production. Number 2, ordinary LED bulbs release high amounts of heat which might burn the plant and disturb its metabolic reactions. A good indicator of knowing whether your regular LED lights can serve as growth lights is by observing your plant. And if your plants aren't receiving sufficient amount of regular sunlight, they will grow tall and the leaves will lighter in color. LED growth lights give a purple glow. This is because of the fusion of the red and blue light emitters in the bulb. This combination of red and blue encourages the plant to grow up until the vegetative stage. Hope you enjoyed the video, and please, in our next video, we will be talking on how we can use vertical farming to help us maximize land and increase our food production. Do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to get notified for our next release. This is Young Future.